Welcome along, everybody. Good Friday afternoon or Friday evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. Or if you're watching us on demand, then who the hell knows what time it is. But yeah, thanks for joining me here. Just got home from work a couple of minutes ago. I'll go ahead and kind of recap everything that happened in Spain. So if you watched my video, I had a pretty embarrassing crash, and then actually had the game crash on me later on in the race after I did a flashback. So I went ahead and just completed that race offline. Got a pretty solid 4th place. Did a one-stop strategy there, just soft tire to hard tire, holding off a very aggressive Ricardo towards the end, but thankfully he doesn't have any of his dive-bombing skills from real life on the game. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have made quick work of me. What's going on, Martin? So yeah, that's where we stand in terms of the drivers. I don't believe Felipe actually scored. I don't believe Felipe scored any points, I want to say, or maybe he might have finished towards the tail end of the points. I can't remember, but it is on my Twitter page. If anyone cares enough to actually go check it, I did post it the other day. Alright. So let's go ahead and head in. By the way, Ross, you might not want to actually mention anything about that for the time being. Technically, that thing doesn't really exist yet, does it? So. Alright. Alright, so here's what our resource points are looking like. Apparently we had 2 infractions in that race, but only loses 2 points, so it's not bad. We're sitting at 382. And also of note, we did actually finish off the rivalry with Felipe. So yeah, obviously our team standing looking incredibly good, and still, even after everything so far this season, Haas is the most interested in an American F1 driver. Imagine my shock. So at least I did get maybe something right with this game. Alright, so there's all that career score crap, whatever. Let's see what, or let's listen to what Emma has to say here.
Hey, it's me. I just came from a meeting with the department heads. Your performance came up and they're very pleased so far. Well done. Don't let that level drop, okay?
There's no way in hell I would ever do a career mode in the Maconda. Not a chance. Unless I was maybe doing like 25% races so that I could, you know, just the shortest possible settings for the career, so I could just, you know, steam through and get the R&D points and everything. But doing 50%, 100% races, nah, I don't think so. Alright, so let's take a look at our R&D before we go into the practice session. I still don't know why this recommended upgrade doesn't work. It just keeps giving me some kind of a noise every time I press it. So I think maybe the next thing I should do is a gearbox wear upgrade. So that's 500 points. I should get that fairly early on, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that so I don't have to worry too much about the gearboxes later in the season. Probably still going to have to take an additional gearbox, but we'll see here. But we should be good in terms of power units and all that stuff for this weekend, which is exactly what I want. I mean, we're looking at 40% overall. Internal combustion engines at 45. I mean, that might go yellow towards the end of the race. But I'm not, you know, overall it's not looking too bad. Everything's green going into the weekend. And we put in a new gearbox before the race in Spain. So you guys just keep going at it about how shit the Maconda is in chat. Just is it a million levels or a trillion levels? You never know. But yeah, we're sitting very pretty on our gearbox. Not gonna have to worry about taking a penalty for for the race here at Monaco, which is what I wanted to avoid. So we do have the under tray upgrade coming for Canada. So hopefully that does not fail. I probably just cursed myself just for saying that. But if that does pass, then that opens up all these other branches for us to be able to go forward and start developing this car, as you can clearly see, and as I've stated many times throughout this series, Williams have the second worst chassis on the grid. So we're going to look to improve that as much as we can towards the end of the season. So yeah, let's, damn it, why the hell did I back out there? Alright, so let's go ahead and head into the weekend. I will say this: I downloaded an setup last night off the leaderboard and tried to drive the Williams in time trial, and it understeered probably about as bad as, I don't know, like a 2010 HRT or something. I mean, I've never felt a car understeer that badly, and time trial is supposed to be like completely ideal situation. But here we are. We're sitting in the harbor here at Monaco now. Nice change in the backdrop. So yeah, we went over all that other stuff, so let's just go ahead and get right into practice one. I appreciate that, Ross.
If there's one thing
oh, Jesus Christ. Well, this will be a good intro course. Let's see how many front wings or wheels I can explode here in the first practice session.
Anthony Davidson, I think they're hoping to spot a nice patch of blue heading this way.
It doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon, though, does it? I'm not sure how many teams will be willing to send their
rain for first practice. This is going to be so awesome.
Pit lane with leaf blowers trying to clear the worst of the standing water away, but it seems like a bit of a futile effort as things stand right now. Of course, the best way to clear water.
Oh man, Felipe looks so thrilled.
The trouble is, no one wants to be the first one.
Looks so happy, so happy to come back and
appear on the monitors, though, more are guaranteed to follow.
All right. So Ross, you said that the challenges become extremely easy in the wet. So let's see exactly how easy they are. So let's go ahead and load. Definitely not Graham Carroll setup. I don't know why I would call it Monaco Carroll. So we'll just have to see what what this thing actually will do. It's probably not bad to have 52% front bias. I'm going to drop the brake pressure a couple of percent. I'm just going to put it on 6 ballast. Alright.
Right, I'll get these changes made.
So before we go out and start the track acclimatization, let's check what the weather forecast actually is for the remainder of the weekend. So rain, probably going to be sticking around here all the way through P1. Unsurprisingly, P2 is dry, P3 is wet at the beginning, dry at the end. Qualifying, so intermediate probably at the beginning, and then maybe dries out towards the end into Q2, Q3. So that'll be a tricky quali session, and the race is dry. All right. I wonder how that will bode in terms of league racing stuff. So I don't know if I've actually ever had a wet league race around this circuit before. All right. So we'll do the drive out just to try to prevent some any issues at all. If I don't have force feedback or whatever, I can reset my wheel and do all that stuff before we actually start the program. As I have not done a single lap around here. Definitely have. Oh God. All right. Well, of course that Did not start well. Already damaged the front wing, unsurprisingly, and I have no force feedback too. This is freaking amazing.
There's a fair amount of damage to the front wing. We suggest you come in as soon as possible.
Oh my god.
Rather than risk it getting worse.
Alright, so yeah, conditions... I seriously wouldn't even drive a normal road car around here, let alone a Formula 1 car. No grip at all. Oh god. Well, instead of making myself look like even more of a fool, let me return to the garage and actually get a front wing back on my car.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
Alright. To make sure my wheel settings are actually right here. The steering rate and everything just seemed really slow there. And also for some reason on this game I lose an incredible amount of force feedback whenever whenever it rains on this game for some reason. It's like as soon as it goes to rain condition they just turn down the wheel weight. Alright. Alright, let's go flying lap so that I don't do anything too crazy here and take off my front wing exiting the pits again. This is going to be really tricky to get used to, so if it takes me any more than probably 2 or 3 laps to do this, I'm just going to skip to a dry practice session. Oh god. Well. At least I didn't actually damage the car that time. Yeah, I literally could not have picked worse conditions to actually start this Monaco weekend in. I mean, I wish I actually could have picked them, because I would not have picked this shit. Okay. My screen just went black there. Interesting. As soon as I went into the tunnel, the frickin' screen just turned off. What the fuck was that? Another Bugmaster failure there. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it showed up on stream, but my monitor literally just turned black. I had no image on my screen for like 5 seconds. Car just does not turn whatsoever through that hairpin. Alright, let's hope my screen actually doesn't turn off again. Everything seems alright for now. Hopefully this is going to be enough for the purple session. I think it should be. Yeah. Alright. That wasn't too bad. I mean, once I actually sort of got used to the track and the feedback and all that. I do appreciate all the hate, by the way, in the chat. Just what moderators are actually here to do. So thanks a lot, guys. All right, tire wear management. I mean, this is gonna be a bit of a joke in the wet. I mean, I have no idea what the point of this is. But yeah, let's just go ahead and since we at least got the track acclimatization done, let's try to do the rest of these. See what we can do. First lap out, we're right behind a Mercedes, now we're right behind a Ferrari. Just put this thing in lean and try to see what we can do about saving tires around here. This is ton of wheel spin out of turn one, not a good way to start it. God, track conditions are just so bad. Okay, so apparently just trying to go full throttle through the tunnel is bad for the tire wear management. Alright, so I'm gonna finish the lap, but I've got no hope in hell to get anywhere on this. I mean, I'm in lean, like not even touching the throttle, and somehow I'm dramatically failing tire wear management. Nice one, Codemasters. Alright. Alright, well, you know what? I say, screw this. I am just going to skip to a dry qualifying session, since the race is going to be dry, and qualifying is going to be mainly dry. There's no point. Let's see, so P2, alright, so P2 is dry, so I'm just gonna end the session, and let's actually, let's put some dry tires on. Screw this. Alright. Thankfully we have the Pastor Maldonado amount of front wings, which is an infinite amount, so no matter how much we damage it, we're not going to have to worry about about running out of them this weekend. Let's just check to make sure we still got the setup on the car. Yeah, everything looks good there. I have no idea if this setup is actually going to be any good. Probably not, but... Alright. Let's go right back into the tire management test. Yeah, if it is heavy rain, I don't know, yeah, I really don't know what I would do. But I'd imagine it's not just going to be me that, isn't going to have a fun time with that.
Let's get a few laps under our belt.
I should hit flying lap there. Oh well. To anybody watching that that hasn't subbed to the channel, I'd appreciate it. Try to do these streams a couple of times a week, and obviously when I have my league races, which will be this Sunday at 8 o'clock UK time, I'm going to stream that as well. It's one of the best leagues in the world in terms of driver talent, as much as I'm sort of proving against that grain at the moment. But I don't know. That car felt absolutely horrible in the wet around here. So this is this definitely should feel a hell of a lot better. And it already does. Glad I actually did do the outlap now. Sort of have a bit of an idea of, God, I like how the wheel just kept locking through the corner even though I'm not even holding down the frickin' brake. Oh, God. And chipped off part of my front wing already. I love it.
We're seeing minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car to get it repaired. We don't
I
want to
really
risk
hope that
making this
doesn't affect me
worse.
that much. God. Doesn't feel like it's too bad.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Ah. Really bad exit out of that last corner. Car actually doesn't feel bad at all, so I don't think that damage actually did anything, as much as Jeff is really Raikkonen. Seriously, get the fuck out of my way. I'm overshooting the hell out of the Novell chicane. Jesus Christ.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Wow. What the fuck? These last couple of corners. Really not treating me well at the moment. almost driving like I'm freaking drunk at the moment. Just bouncing off walls for no reason. Looks like the game is ridiculously harsh in those last couple of corners on tire wear.
Right, that's the end of the program. Box this lap so we can analyze the data. Box this lap.
Just get out of Kimmy's way. Alright. I do actually apologize for this rather horrific driving, but yeah, I just gotta get up to speed here at Monaco. First time I've literally ever done more than a lap on this game around here. So let's jump into the fuel saving. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see, we're up to like 15 viewers. That's freaking awesome. That's the most I've ever had. So anyone out there that is a new viewer, I appreciate you tuning in. I do these streams a couple of times a week. Don't really have anything set in stone at the moment, but you know, get more subscribers, more of a following here, then might be able to do these a little bit more often. Not really going to worry about the time through Sector 1 here, because it seems like the delta through Sector 1 on the tire wear test as well was really, really harsh. And see, I'm already back to the green here. So I'm just going to lose a ton of time here going through the tunnel. But I should be able to make it up here in Sector 3. Oh god. Just keep running wide at that final corner, but I think we're good here. Yep. That'll work. Nearly bottled it again in the last in the last sector. Alright. Alright, so we're good on that. I think it's supposed to rain in practice 3, so we may as well go ahead and go for the qualifying. See how quickly I throw it into a wall here. I would even say the percentage, honestly, on a pad is probably higher than 75%. I mean, maybe on PC it's definitely a lot more weighted towards wheels, but I would say consoles, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 90%. So yeah, just losing a heap load of time through the first sector here, which is pretty... oh my god, the amount of understeer. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to, really? Fucking hell. I make an absolute mockery of myself at this point. We'll give it one more go. I'm just pushing too hard through this first sector because I'm just I'm losing so much time. So I feel obligated to try to catch up, and I need to just not worry about it. All right. Alright, let's try this again. Bit of a better run out of the first corner this time, but still gonna lose time. Holy shit. Just goes from like understeer to just massive just snap oversteer on exit out of all these corners. I got really close there to hitting the inside wall. Wow, the car is just not stable at all. And I failed it as well. I'm gonna have to try to do something to the setup to fix this, because it's definitely not good. There's no way in hell I'll be able to do a race around here with this setup. We actually get purple there? Wow. I'm really surprised. I'll take it. Thank you for tuning in, Dave. Mr. 253 miles per hour. About 277 miles per hour. Alright. Well, we finally got four purples. Let's just go for the race strategy here. And so fast sector 1 in qualifying. Well, yeah, my sector 1s are going to be terrible. Alright, so let's just go ahead and complete this. Let's get our last remaining resource bundle here from this test, and we'll carry on. Yeah, but see, the thing is, Martin, those big YouTubers have all sorts of nice little editing, and they could be using flashbacks. They could, you never know. I'm not necessarily accusing anybody, but those edited videos, you're not really going to see too many mistakes, are you? Jesus. Alright, well, time-wise we should be more than good enough to actually beat this. Glad that didn't give me a corner cut there. Probably deserved one. Alright, well, I'm sort of kind of getting a little bit more comfortable around here. Car feels better with the super soft SOM with a little bit more fuel. On ultras, though, on low fuel, it really was not great. I've actually got a little bit more confidence now about how the car will feel in the race. Still not great, but not quite having those like peak oversteer snap wheel spin moments like I was in the qualifying run. They're still there, just not quite pushing it right to the limit like I was earlier. Or should I say way over the limit.
There's 4 laps to fuel remaining.
That was finally a halfway decent lap. Alright. Alright, so that's all the race programs over. We're just about so we're way ahead. We're actually way over a second ahead of where they wanted, or I guess right at a second faster than what they were expecting in terms of race strategy. So, I mean, I'm glad that they clearly watched my other programs to see how shit I was, and then they're like, yeah, this guy, 15.8. But yeah, I'm glad I'm actually was able to surprise them there with doing 3 laps without fucking crashing. So yeah, doing better, bit more comfortable. I'm not very, not really going to be looking forward to this qualifying session, considering it will be wet at the beginning. So that's going to be fun on the intermediates most likely. But you know, same for everybody. So I'm just going to have to get on with it and hopefully at least just make it out of Q1 and maybe it'll dry out, and then we can get back to doing some dry laps towards the end if we can make it into Q2 and Q3. All right. So let's go ahead and end the session. And actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and actually advance to qualifying, because I'm not gonna need to do anything more.
Here are your top 3: Vettel, Bottas, and Kimi Räikkönen.
That's not bad. P5.
That's it for practice then. We'll see you again
that
soon.
lap really wasn't actually all that great, so I feared that that my name would be nowhere near that in terms of the timing. Still 1.3 seconds off of Vettel, but with Felipe down here doing a 14.8 and 14th, I would much rather be in P5. So maybe, as long as I keep it out of the wall, maybe I'm not quite as bad as I was early on there. All right. I do like this though, guys. There's quite a few people watching, probably the most I've ever had, especially for one of these career modes. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I would appreciate it if you consider hitting the subscribe button and the like button. 699 resource points. Alright, let's see what Emma has to say.
Looks like
Oh my god, she looks scary as shit. What the hell's going on with her hair?
Gets people talking about it. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
Good god. Some kind of weird lighting going on. Oh yeah, it's raining outside. That's right, because it's... Apparently this is a meeting, like, right when qualifying starts. I see how it is. Daniel Ricciardo. Well then. That is a bit of an ambitious target to be able to beat him over the course of the season. But, I I mean, we're looking alright so far in terms of the drivers, but
I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
I'm not really too convinced. Oh yeah, just beat Daniel Ricciardo. No problem there. So qualify 8th or higher. I think 8th or higher is achievable. It just depends on whether or not I bottle the hell out of it in Q1 whenever it's raining. Hopefully I don't. All right. So the one thing that we do need to do here before we advance into qualifying is to go up and do our 500 resource points on our gearbox wear, so we can get that on the car here for Canada, and that's also going to come with the chassis upgrade. Fingers crossed that doesn't fail, which would actually get us on par, maybe even slightly ahead of Haas. So we're looking good for Canada. Not going to have to take a new gearbox. Probably going to move over to a new engine. As I think, let me take a look at the wear on the power unit. Yeah, we're actually already in the yellows. We're at 52%. That's not going to affect us too much for this race. But yeah, I think we're definitely going to take engine number 3 across the board for Canada, and then that'll give us a fresh engine for Canada, and then I think Baku is the next race after that, so that's also going to be really critical to have a fairly fresh power unit. So yeah, it seems like these power units are only lasting about 3 races at the moment, so we're going to have to definitely continue looking into reliability going forward. Alright, so let's head into qualifying here.
For this afternoon's qualifying session, which will be getting underway shortly. So, could be a tasty one today then.
Kimmy looks way more thrilled than he should be.
For sure. Treacherous conditions, an ever-changing racetrack, and 1 or 2 cars just behind.
I mean, would Kimmy even be talking to race engineers? I just seriously get the impression that they wouldn't be.
An upset after a good performance from them in free practice.
And the question has to be, of course, what is that circuit going to look like in 10 to 15 minutes from now?
I like how everybody's standing outside here, cameramen and everything, reporters and no umbrellas. Nice realism.
Whatever grip you can. But if it eases off, then you're better off waiting, saving the tyres, and going out at the perfect moment. The other thing that comes with these conditions, traffic.
Yet again, we always seem to get Marcus Ericsson and all of these freaking and all these intro cutscenes. What the hell is that? Don't know what is up with that. Alright.
Okay, you should be able to get into the next qualifying session
easily.
So try to get a hot lap in early so we can save the tires.
I appreciate the confidence, Jeff. So let's look at the sort of the micro weather here as we go through qualifying. So it looks like the rain is going to continue, okay, for the next 10 minutes. That might actually mean that towards the end of Q1 here, we'll need to go back out. So let's go out and set a banker on the intermediates here, and then we'll just. I think if we go back in and just kind of keep a check on the tire compounds, like keep switching back and forth between them, we can see whether or not the dry tires will be faster towards the end of the session. All right. Alright, so this is going to be fun. God, why in the hell do I have 8 laps of fuel? Don't know if I actually brushed the wall there going into turn 1. Might have, just a little bit. Nice lock up for good measure. Car just does not want to go around that hairpin at all, even in the dry. Oh god. Well, rip that lap. Maybe it actually was a good thing to have more than a couple laps of fuel. driving, I mean, it's just so treacherous. Even just barely applying any throttle, I can already feel the car just wanting to slide out. And pretty much only go full throttle down a straightaway that's longer than 100 or 200 meters. Car completely incompliant through that hairpin. As looks like we actually went purple through the middle sector, which is interesting. Probably not going to be going purple through this final sector though. Yeah, a second off, I mean that's not bad considering I feel like I'm just tiptoeing around here. Car is just so slow, but we may as well just stay out here and just keep improving, as the track is going to improve probably every lap. Alright, so a quarter second faster. I'm going to just try to keep things in higher gears here as we go around. That should hopefully give us a bit better traction. Thing is, still got a ton of understeer though, in general. Mr. Tyranno Tigger, thank you for tuning in. Let's just climb all over that that curve there. It's actually gained me a couple of tenths. I'll take it. Maybe in these kind of conditions I need to climb over the curb instead of giving it a wide berth. Oh god. Tried to short shift into fifth and get back on the power there and just ran right into the wall. But thankfully, not going to do anything serious to the car. Barely square touch. Got a decent exit here out of this final corner. We'll improve by about a tenth again. So we still got enough fuel for a couple laps here. I'm gonna drop it into rich. Maybe that'll save the engine a bit. Probably wouldn't probably not any faster, honestly, to be running in Rich or Max over anything else at this point. Yeah. Locked up going into there, so waste of time. Scraping the wall again. I think that's probably, unless it actually does properly dry out, that should be enough to get us through.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Probably should have just stayed with the slide there. Alright, so a lot of people sitting in the pit lane right now. We may as well just keep circulating. It's still raining, so...
You're nearly out of fuel. Almost out of fuel. You need to pit within the next 2 laps.
Alright, so pretty much about even going through the tunnel. I don't know if it's tire wear or what. The car is just sliding around everywhere here through into sector 2 and 3. And we'll go a little bit faster here into the 24s. Alright, so P5, it's not looking too bad. Let's go back to the garage here and let's see what let's see what we can kind of ascertain whether or not it's going to be worth going back out for the end of qualifying here. So it looks like everybody is pretty much out on track, but they're all a lot of people out on track. They're all still on intermediates. So I should be safe here to just go ahead and skip. Oh no. Jesus Christ. Well, it's a good thing that I saw that real quick. People doing times on Ultrasofts. Alright. So barely any time here. Hopefully we get a clear track. We're gonna have to go out and make this count, otherwise we're probably not gonna get through. This is gonna be a very tense end of the session here. All or nothing. Can't believe it's just somehow gone from intermediate, still raining, to dry that quickly. It's freaking stupid. Nice lock up. It's gonna be a fun adaptation. Alright, so track is definitely not actually completely dry. It's just kind of really difficult to know exactly how hard I can push out of these corners, considering this is the only lap I'm going to have. Alright. So I'm in P20. Let's see what I can get up to. Wow, are you serious? Only... Is that us out? Or is that us barely through? I don't even know. P15. Interesting. Wow. So I improved by like 9 seconds. That is crazy. Wow. So we did just barely sneak through. Wow. That was way the hell too close. Jesus. Alright, so let's go, let's go with 5 liters, because there's no reason not to do that. We'll go set of ultra softs, even though I'm not super 100% confident on them, but it is going to be... No, Jeff, I don't care. Alright. So now I think we're actually going to have, hopefully, pretty much a completely dry circuit. Good thing is we did survive the end of that session somehow by skin of our teeth. Let's double lock up into turn 1. Perfect way to start a lap. God, this is just terrible. Just trying to go from driving in the rain for like 5 or 6 laps and then trying to like just be able to adapt on the fly to this. It's so different. Alright, we got enough fuel for, what, about 2 more laps? So like a boss, every time there, lock up into turn 1. Oh my god. You just get slightly offline there. Car just goes. Woo! Nearly turned in too early for the back. Holy shit. Alright, so that's going to be a decent improvement on this lap. Alright, so it's up to P6. We actually jumped ahead of Verstappen. So that's not bad. Alright, let's return to the garage, and let's kind of just keep an eye on what everybody's doing here. Alright. Wow, we're up to, looks like almost 20 people watching. Appreciate it, guys. If anybody out there is watching hasn't subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you gave that a thought. Also would appreciate any support as well, likes or donations. Let's see. Alright, so we're still 1.2 seconds off of Vettel, not a surprise. So Sergio is P4, about a tenth and a half, or just over a tenth ahead. So it's not super encouraging. I definitely could find a lot more time on my lap if I needed to, but let's go ahead and sort of accelerate right towards the end of the session here. And we'll stop it with about 3 minutes to go. Alright, so we dropped to P7. Let's go ahead and switch tires. We'll go back out for one more lap. And we'll see what we can get ourselves into here. 9/10 in Sector 1. Yeah, Sector 1's not great. Not sure if 1111 Aero really is the best thing to run. Sector times in the other sectors aren't bad, but hopefully I gave a big enough gap to Kvyat here. And immediately bottled it.
The front wing. The damage only looks minor, but you'll need to take it easy to avoid making the problem worse.
Oh well. Let's go ahead and retire from the session. Let's see where we end up. We're still gonna be P7. Still says it on the dash. I guess it's just gonna be a mystery here. And P7, awesome. So Perez pulled a frickin' stormer of a lap for P5. It's still Q2, doesn't really matter. Danny Rick with super soft strategy. So he's maybe thinking about doing that one stop in the race, but I think the one stop should be pretty obvious anyways. Let's see what it tells us pre-race, but I'm assuming that ultra soft to super soft is going to be the best thing to go for. So gotta wait for the front wing damage, and I believe we're only gonna have yeah, one set of ultras here. So power units at 56%, so I am going to be down on power here, but obviously Monaco, not really that power dependent. So let's see if we can get at least top 7, top 8. Strategy by the team is to get top 8, so let's at least just aim for that. So I'm going to skip to about 5 or 6 minutes remaining here, and then just go out, and I'll have enough time to do a couple laps. Alright, so Vettel's 111.7. It looks like several drivers, besides me, chose to not go out. Alright, hopefully we don't have a hopefully we don't have too busy of a track here in front of us. Looks like everybody's sitting in the pit lane for now, just waiting for the end of qualifying. Don't know why the tire decided to just keep locking up there. Very odd. It seems like getting on that curve actually really helps the car rotate through that hairpin. Which I've said that multiple times, but it's actually a lot more than I thought it was. Last couple of corners getting me every single time. Probably only going to do one more lap here. I don't want to wear my tires out too much. We got a better exit here into the tunnel this time. The cheeky corner cut. And the cheeky fucking immediate karma into the wall. Oh my god. I had a feeling I was trying to take as much liberty as I could there. Oh well. I think that's still going to be a decent grid position. Man, I've gone through some front wings this weekend. P6, so not great, as my AI driver is also running into the wall. Alright, awesome.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three.
Damn. So that's disappointing. I could have got a few more places up the grid there.
The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll
about 4/10 up.
with all the action.
Probably could have went.
And until then,
probably could have challenged there into that top 4, but oh well. Qualifying is not the priority. I haven't been comfortable on these damn ultra softs the entire time. So P6 is not the worst, especially since there's a lot more time still in it. All right, so let's head to the race and let's see what we can do here. I don't think there's going to be any kind of cunning strategy unless these guys decide to all do 2 stops for some reason. I do appreciate all the hate, guys. I really, really do. Oh man. All right, 316 points. It's not too bad. So obviously Danny Rick is going to get, I mean, it's not bad. Should have went a hell of a lot quicker than him in quali, but oh well. So still achieved our base goals. No crazy improvement. Actually went down with Ferrari in terms of reputation. Then again, it doesn't really surprise me considering how many front wings I've destroyed this weekend. All right, let's see what Emma has for us for the race.
I just wanted to pass on the team's expectations for this race. Good luck.
Alright, so finish 8th or better, beat Danny Rick. That's going to be a bit of a tall order to beat him. But if I can keep this clean, I don't see why we can't get P8. Alright, not enough points to upgrade anything more, so this is just going to be a straight affair, straight to the race. Alright. Nice view of the harbor here, but then I only have to skip it.
Qualifying session yesterday. Let's take a look at how the cars line up. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Ricciardo, Williams, and Verstappen, Perez, Ocon, Raikkonen, and Carlos Sainz, Magnussen, Alonso, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Palmer, Grosjean, Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein, and Felipe Massa, Hulkenberg.
Oh god, Felipe took penalties and he's in 18th.
Lights out, just moments away. It's time to go down to the track.
So if I can't pull a good result here for Williams, this is going to be a shambolic weekend.
Okay, don't try anything silly into 1. It's going to be crazy in there. Just do your best to stay out of trouble.
Don't try anything silly. Yeah, well. I hope not as well, Jeff. Let's not screw around with the setup. I mean, it's saying go 15 and then 24. So interestingly, it's telling me is that the personalized? Yeah, personalized is telling me to go on the soft to go to the end and not the super soft. We'll just have to see what the tire wear is like. If I can go to lap 15 or 16, then obviously I'll switch and just go to the supers. But yep. Let's get this thing going. Ricardo going into turn 1 here. Maybe, possibly. No. Way too timid and just gave him the space. I didn't want to knock off and get another front wing. Oh, this Vettel goes wide up here into to Massenet. I don't know if he has a problem or if it was just simply a mistake. This AI is just absolutely crawling. I remember from the old F1 games just how bad the AI were around here. Like, you could just like dive up the inside of like 5 cars at the hairpin and just cause like all sorts of carnage. Well, with Ricardo on the super sauce, we might have a shot here to kind of hang with him, at least for the first, maybe the first stint, first couple laps. So it looks like the Ferrari and the Mercedes in front are already pulling away. Hamilton's leading by for about a second or so out front. Ricardo is just so damn slow through the hairpin. Yeah, I'm thinking with the engine that's down on power by a little bit and come out with the 1111 wings, might not have been the smartest choice, but we're still able to, nice lock up, still able to pretty much hang with them, so it's not looking too bad at the moment. Wow, so we had boom, 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 3 fastest laps. One after the other. Those guys are lapping a second a lap faster ahead as Ricardo looked like he nearly was going to drive into the wall there for some reason, as he just runs completely wide into Massenet. Not sure why. His AI was doing something weird like that. And yet again, he's just absolutely crawling through this hairpin. Oh my god. Just narrowly lost it there. At least it is a bright sunny day here. Actually shouldn't really worry about fuel here. Let's just keep an eye on our tire deg. Just monitor that throughout the stint. So even with me really nowhere near Ricardo, he's still going very, very slow through that hairpin. I need to start taking advantage of that and actually getting up on that curb, get through there a lot faster. Alright, so we're looking at maybe 3 or 4% wear per lap on that on that left rear tire, which seems like that's going to be the bogey tire.
Stay out of rich fuel mode to manage it.
God. Alright, so top three are still running in a massive pack. As we're staying with Danny Rick, but I think really the only reason that I am is just because of how slow he is through that hairpin. Probably would explain why I was setting purple sector times in Sector 2 in qualifying. So we're doing a good job here, just hanging on to the back of Danny Rick. I really don't want to jinx myself at this point. Say anything that and immediately put it in the wall.
Than a second. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone.
Really, Jeff? Don't think I'm gonna be getting past anybody, and freaking even if I had 5 DRS wings that I could reduce the drag of the car with. Hamilton sets a new fast lap of the race. Looks like he's pulling a gap to Vettel and Bottas behind him. Oh yeah, let's go with the monstering over the curb and get a track limits warning too. Alright, so left rear tire is nearly up to 40%. I'm gonna just try to short shift here, maybe save the tires a bit. Really hope Verstappen doesn't try anything stupid to overtake me. Alright, let's not corner cut it this time. Yeah, so the rear tires are already stepping out pretty easily. So I probably won't want to push these things really for too many more laps. What it is, just keep locking up every single time with that right front. And then even though I'm not even on the brake pedal, the lockup just like keeps going and just carries it all the way into the apex. Already bouncing off the wall. Oh my god, that was so close to that final corner. Jesus Christ, there's just nothing left in these tires. Verstappen is alongside me. Jesus Christ. Alright. Just gotta get my head down, do another couple laps on these tires.
softs.
Now I got Formula Danny, the current, or is he the current championship leader? Maybe it's Temp. I'm not even sure. I think it's Temp. And AOR messaging me on Steam, asking me to do Spain practice. As much as I would love to, I'm a bit preoccupied with a career mode Williams that is turning into a proper bag of shit here. At this point, I'm just sort of questioning whether or not I should go on to supers to go to the end, or if I should just play it safe and just go on to the soft tire. I don't know, I felt pretty comfortable on the super soft tire in practice, so a lot more comfortable than these ultras. Alright, I think I'm going to pit at the end of maybe 15. So Ricardo is just running away from me at this point. Just happen to be so careful. It's almost like driving in the rain to a certain extent here. Alright, let's just go one more lap, as much as the tires are already way the hell kind of beyond the the point that I would want them to be condition-wise. Let's just tiptoe around for another lap so we're... Oh my god, so we're a little bit more secure on the supers, making it all the way to the end.
Pit window is
Hamilton
open.
coming out of the
Window
pits.
is open.
Oh, this is all sorts of fun. It's got Verstappen just all over the back of me here, trying to overtake into Massenet. Alright, definitely pain at the end of this lap. These tires are just so far gone at this point.
You need to pit in this lap.
Alright. Looks like we got a lot of teams coming out here, so...
Exit now.
Alright,
Keep
good.
racing as you leave the pits.
Didn't get jumped by Verstappen, so we're looking alright.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. You'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Oh well. I keep forgetting to that it releases me like right at the end of the pit lane there. Which, I mean, that's kind of obvious that it would, but it's like just as you're sort of in the path of just running straight in the wall, unless you're hyper aware. Anyways, I think we got away with making a little bit of contact with the wall. Car already feels infinitely better. Van Dorn still staying out here on what I would imagine to be old Ultra Softs.
Felipe's pitting now.
Oh my
Felipe's in the
god.
pits.
This Van Dorn is just squeezing the hell out of me. I had to move over to the right there just before the braking zone, otherwise I would have just driven straight into the wall. But through all that pinballing, even with simulation damage, still came out unscathed. Unfortunately, though, he let Verstappen through as a result of that. So I was hoping that maybe Verstappen would get held behind him for a few laps. Alright, best thing we can do here is just keep our head down and just try to pull a gap. Probably not going to be able to pull away from Verstappen much, but at least pull a gap to everybody behind. Probably should be more concerned at this point of saving my tires, but managed to pull half a second on Verstappen that last lap, even though he's just going to gain it back immediately. All right here, first sector is so bad. There's that ridiculous lockup. It just keeps locking up all the way into the corner. I'm guessing the leaders are probably getting held up behind Ricardo at this point.
Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGU-H. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep the temps under control.
We're just making a complete mess of this lap after setting a decent lap previous time around. So depending on whether or not Ricardo is able to jump us, we still got probably a P4 or P5 here. Or I guess not really jump us, but stay in front of us through the pit cycle. Verstappen still hanging out, pretty much right about 1.5 seconds, 1.2 to 1.5 behind. Alright, so we got Ricardo here on a set of ultras coming out of the pits, and looks like we've jumped him. Alright, so Verstappen and I both jumped him. I would imagine here, so long as I can hold on to these tires for the remainder of the race. I should be able to probably maintain this 4th place. Seems like 4th place is pretty much our typical spot that we can get into consistently in this car. I guess this whole thing pretty much just depends on whether or not Ricardo can get past Verstappen. That would make my life infinitely worse. So I'm hoping that Verstappen can hold him behind. Scraping the Armco there for good measure. Not a good Novell chicane. And I just did that.
Box this lap, please. We need to get you on new tyres and move on to a different strategy.
I had a feeling that would happen. That corner is just really fucking stupid.
The front wing is in a really bad state. We need you back in the pit this lap.
Oh, man. Well, that was bound to happen.
Your lap times are falling off. We want you to pit in for repairs. Box, box, box.
Well, probably not going to be able to finish in the points. So this should just be a complete write-off.
Exit now.
Oh well.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Alright, well, at least we came out ahead of the Van Dorn train. We are on fresh tires. No point in holding back. May as well just drive this thing above and beyond the limit. Even if I crash out, there's no point. All I can say is I cannot wait to go to Canada. AI crawling through the hairpin. Oh my god. Yeah, I pretty much couldn't back out of that. Jesus Christ, this is going to be so hard to overtake him without just shunting him the shit out of the way. Here we go. The Hulkenberg train through the hairpin. yellow flag. Don't know what that's for. Oh, and Felipe out of the race. Man, this did turn into a shambolic race for Williams. Cannot say I'm surprised. Even in Rich with DRS, I literally can't even... the power unit is freaking causing me to not be able to overtake even around Monaco. Jesus. I also don't think 1111 was the way to go on Aero. Might be fast over one lap, but... Oh my god, Hulkenberg! Fuck you!
We're seeing minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car to get it repaired. We don't want to risk making it.
This is painful.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Very painful. And the car balance is actually better with front wing damage. That speaks volumes. But I don't even know why I was, shouldn't even be surprised with the second worst chassis on the grid. Car is just so bad around here.
The turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
Everything's falling apart. Ooh, and we're gonna get lapped as well before the end of this race. Oh my god. Alright, so whoever the leader is, I'm guessing it's probably Hamilton. He got released. So he'll be lapping me here promptly.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Blue flag. Blue flag conditions. Create a gap and let the car behind through.
The fuck is he doing? Just like pulled over on the left hand side of the tunnel there, and he's just like nearly driving into the back of it. If you're just tuning in, this is the Monaco Bottle Job Grand Prix. All I know is, in time for AOR League race next weekend around here, I need to do some damn setup work. Because going on time trial and just downloading something randomly did not help me one bit around here. This time I actually do have Mr. Blue Flag behind me. Yeah, I think Ferrari have actually won every single race up to this point. So obviously they are not going to be winning the Grand Prix today, unless Hamilton's car decides to fail him in the last 2 laps of the race, as they're obviously already on lap 38. But hopefully this time next season with Williams, we'll have a ton of chassis upgrades, and we won't have to worry about this. The car should hopefully be a hell of a lot better. Assuming we got Bottas behind us now, yep. So he's stuck pretty close to Vettel, but Hamilton's just absolutely skipped away with this race. But yeah, like I said before, after I got this front wing damage, the car balance is actually a hell of a lot better. Just in terms of oversteer, understeer, all that. Obviously the front wing is causing a ton of understeer, but lack thereof of front wing. But I need a balance probably fairly similar to this. Just have way too much oversteer in the car. Alright, so Lewis wins. It's first win of the season, I think, for Mercedes. And I cap off an absolutely horrific weekend for Williams Racing. So, if I didn't bottle it, I'm sure I probably could have held on to that P4 in front of the Red Bulls, but yeah, it's just
that brings to an end another great race.
Not a very good weekend.
So, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
But yeah, not really much to say after that absolutely horrific race.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, my driver of the day was Nico Hülkenberg. He did a cracking job moving through the field and just highlighting why he's so highly rated in the paddock.
On to the constructors then. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. It was great having you with us for this weekend.
Yeah, just not good at all.
As much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
Alright, so I'm just going to check out the R&D stuff here and go through the result screens, but I'm not going to hang around for too long. That was pretty much a complete waste of time. But thanks in part to the car, thanks in part to me bottling the hell out of it. So, yep, got Canada up next. Gonna throw a new power unit in it across the board. So we should be OP as hell there with the Mercedes power unit. And we're also gonna have a couple of new upgrades that will also come onto the cart. We're actually not doing horrible against this rivalry, as bad as that freaking race was. I should have literally been demoted to like negative 30 points right there. But yeah, standing not very good. Dropped amongst all the team, and I really don't give it. Well, I'm really not surprised. Let's put it that way. That was an absolute abomination of a weekend at Monaco. Let's take a look at our R&D points just real quick. So we're sitting on 364, not enough to do any kind of upgrade, but we do have our gearbox wear upgrade and our chassis upgrade coming here at the next race in Canada. So for everybody that stayed around, I appreciate it, but yeah, thanks a lot for the best of luck for the next race. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I see the point of the edited videos. It's what I used to do. A lot more exciting, but at the end of the day, it you know, this is live broadcast. No editing. No yeah, no chance to take anything back. So so yeah, we'll lick our wounds, and we'll come back for Canada, a couple upgrades, fresh power unit, and we'll see if we can get a good result there. So thanks a lot for hanging around, and we'll do better next time. So until then, I'll catch you guys later.